So how common is it for male teenagers to experience mental health problems? So we know that most emerging mental health illnesses will happen before the age of 14 in young people, and most definitely 75% of mental illnesses develop before the age of 25. So the three major reasons that young people don't seek help is stigma, fear, like fear of being judged, which again is back to that stigma, and also not knowing where to go is another big issue as well.
Hi, I'm Jack Barber. I'm in Year 12 at Cleveland District State High School. When I was a young child, I got moved in and out of foster homes a few times because my mum was heavily on drugs when she had me, and my father was in prison for gang-related issues and domestic violence. So my mum was unable to care for me, and so was my dad. So I was taken out of their care and placed into another family, who then decided they didn't want me anymore and put me into my current home. And that really shook me around a fair bit. And being moved around a lot really contributed to having a lower self-perception of myself, and worked in conjunction with a wide array of other things to result in a generalized depression that I suffered for about a couple of years. Mental health issues have affected me in the past by affecting my social life, because I sort of withdrew myself into a shell and didn't let anyone break into my shell, because it's a shell, not an egg. You can't break into it easy. I stopped eating meals. I just physically could not feel like I could eat them. It got to the point where I felt like I would physically throw up if I even tasted the food, and you're stuck in a cycle where physically your body cannot function, and that's taking the strain on your brain, and the brain's making it worse for your body, and it just loops. And that's affected my ability to learn at school, and had a major impact on my grades. They dropped. I put less and less effort into it, and I found it more and more difficult to stay awake in class. Some ways that I'm able to deal with mental health problems: meditation, just taking the time to reflect and to ground yourself again, because sometimes your brain gets to the point where it becomes so muddled that you can't think straight or clearly or think at all. There's also personal hobbies. Spending time to do things that you enjoy is really important to keep up the enjoyment and happiness in your brain. Exercise is very good to get your blood flowing, and whatever it is that exercise does, but it's very good. With boxing, I've had just a way to keep pushing. I've had a way to see myself grow. I've had motivation to do something. It's really been a life changer, and has probably saved my life more than one time. Being in the ring is such an amazing feeling, because you get pushed way beyond your limits, to the point where you get sunk down into a deep dark hole, and you've got to dig your way back up. And then feeling once you get out of that dark space in your head, and being able to triumph over it, and then to be able to continue with what you're doing and really laying it into your opponent, is just such an amazing feeling.
So ways in which you can help support young men with their mental health would be to just check in with them, make sure, ask your mates that you're okay. And if you are concerned and they say, no, I'm okay, just revisit it. Encourage them to seek help. There's Kids Helpline, there's Lifeline, there's lots of different resources and places that you can ring. You've got support at school, so you've got your guidance counsellors, your deans, your assistant deans, you've got myself, school nurse, a lot of online resources available. Headspace, you can talk to counsellors, and through eHeadspace, and even Kids Helpline too, you can talk online to counsellors there. But I think, most importantly is to ask how they're doing, acknowledge how they're doing, and offer to help them get support.